What's up, everybody? Kyle Marlett here. Welcome to Unwrapped, presented by murphysmagic.com. What up, y'all? How's it going? Kyle Marlett here. Hope your Saturday's doing grand. Hope you have a grand Saturday. I'm back home, as you can tell from my previous episode, which is where I was in Tennessee. I'm very excited to be home. Only for a couple days, but I'm excited to be here. And I'm excited to show you guys magic. Share some magic wisdom. Well, I can't promise wisdom, but some magic thoughts on some new magic effects. And that would be, one is Bound by SansMinds production. The other one is A Series of Unfortunate Effects by Chris Mayhew and Ben Train. So let's start out with one effect from Series of Unfortunate Effects.
I'm here all the time.
Tiffany, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Nice
Kyle.
Kyle.
Very professional. Okay.
Lovely.
Deck cards, all mixed up, all different.
Yes.
I'm not gonna have you pick a card, but I'm gonna tell you a little story. A little story of my life,
Okay.
right? It's gonna get real here,
Okay.
Tiffany. When I was in high school, I fell in love, like most people do. You know, it's pretty romantic,
Yeah.
right? But instead of falling in love with a girl or anything like that, I actually fell in love with science class.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
science is amazing. Like, come on, science is like,
What kind of
that's
science, chemistry, or just everything?
just like who doesn't like blowing stuff up, am I right? Right?
Okay, so you're a pyro.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
That's really the life
It's
story.
a boy thing, gotcha.
It's really just the life story here. So, but one of the first experiments I ever did was oil and water. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, they
You
separate.
Exactly. You know.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try that. So I have 4 black cards. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That's gonna be. We can do that oil. That can be oil. Okay.
Okay.
And then 4 red. Right. That can be water. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna mix these up. Okay. So 4, and we're gonna put a red and a black. A red and a black. A red and a black. And a red and a black. Right? Very fair. Here we go. Let me get rid of that because
Like
that's
ready to be
annoying.
amazed.
Okay, ready? Just wait for a second because that's what you gotta do. You gotta wait because it's science. Science doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
It's gotta separate.
Just like that, you have 4 black. And now, if Tiffany, if the black are here, that must mean over here
Okay. Yeah, all the reds.
are the reds. Now we're gonna do it again because you asked, right?
Of course.
Because you were so terribly
Oh my
impressed.
gosh.
So black,
Okay.
red, black, red, black, red, black, red. We just wait for a second. Actually, you know what? Just make sure. Okay, so 2 black and red, black and red, black and red, and a black and red. I just want you to make sure they're really mixed. We just wait for a second. Just like that. You have 4 blacks. And if the blacks are here, that must mean over here, Tiffany,
Okay.
are all the reds. Now, more impressively is that we've waited for kind of a couple minutes now, right? That must mean if we wait long enough, the deck that you saw that was mixed up is now completely.
What?
What?
And they're in order too.
Pretty impressive, huh?
What the hell?
High fives?
Yeah, very good.
Thanks.
I'm impressed. How'd you do that?
I'm a
You can't
wizard.
tell me, I know.
I'm a
You're
wizard.
magician. I'm a wizard.
I'm wizard. You're like a muggle. Okay. All right, so that was this one effect from Series of Unfortunate Effects by Chris Mayhew and Ben Train. Now, if you're not familiar with this, what this is a movie, like it's an actual movie with a storyline and premise, like an actual movie with magic taught and performed throughout the movie. And there's some cameos from Lee Asher and Bill Abbott, and has a lot of other magicians, and including Ben Train and Chris Mayhew. And this is wonderful. I love every second of this because let's just start out with the main reason, okay? Let's say the magic on it was not good. But even then, I would love it because Ben and Chris are trying to do something different. Instead of doing the same old, brick wall with a magician trying to be cool with some piano music on it, teaching me a trick, they actually made it fun to learn magic. Magic, I've said this time and time again on this review show, magic is fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun performing it and learning it. A lot of times learning magic is super boring. Super boring. And the magic effect can be super good, but if the person who's teaching it and the environment that they're in and the way they're teaching it is not fun, it's boring, and I just give up and I don't want to listen to it. That's my personal opinion. I know that's kind of extreme, but it's true. What this does is it's so entertaining just to watch, because you watch, a certain time of the movie, and then all of a sudden transitions into learning a trick, and you don't even see the transition coming. And you just, all of a sudden you're watching a movie, and then all of a sudden you're learning, you got your deck out, learning the magic effect, you learn it, and then, oh, there's the movie, and you just keep on going. It's awesome. So, that's just the premise itself on the idea of what this product is. But now let's talk about the magic itself. The magic is awesome. It's really great, powerful, just awesome card magic. And if you watched Unwrapped before, you might know that I'm not a huge card magician. Not that I don't like it, it's just that I feel like card magic gets kind of old and boring, and also it just needs to be good card magic, and preferably visual card magic, or easy to understand, impactful card magic. So for example, it's just good magic. I'm sorry, I don't really have a lot to say. So the effect that I performed in the performance that you saw was a oil and water routine from the DVD. Now let's just talk about that real quick. That routine is great. It's fantastic. It's one, oil and water, which is a very simple to understand, very easy to follow, a card effect, which that makes me happy just right there, because they get the concept. The people watching, there's no confusion. You have 4 black cards, 4 red cards, show them, stack them, interweave them, and immediately they're separated. So it's very easy to follow. 2, it's very easy to learn. There's not a lot of complicated routines, moves inside a hand involved. It's a very easy routine to learn, very easy to pick up and just start doing. It's impromptu, so there's no gimmicks or anything like that, which is also really good. And then let's talk about the fact that it has a kicker, that when I saw the performance, I didn't know how it worked. I figured there was something going on, like a crazy deck switch or something that they did off camera, and then they showed how it worked, and I was like, that's clever, and I should have thought of that, because it's clever, and it was just really good. So that was just a specific routine, but every effect on there, I believe there's 8 effects on there that get taught. Every effect on there is super good. Some of them are going to take a little more practice and a little more skill. They have like an invisible palm routine on there that I thought was really great. I believe that's the first effect on the DVD. But that one, for example, is going to take a little more practice. And then, for example, the oil and water I performed, barely any sleight of hand involved, super easy to do. So there's a wide variety. Plus, like I said, just the movie aspect, and I'm a movie buff. Like, I love movies. As you can tell behind me, there are posters from famous movies. So I'm a movie buff. So the fact that I enjoyed the movie on top of that, also awesome. I believe there's a layman version on the DVD as well, which means the actual movie you could just show your girlfriend, because we all know how much girlfriends love watching magic movies. Am I right, guys? Right. So with that being said, I have nothing bad to say about this. I thought it was great. I loved that they're trying to do something different. That's not just the same old magic teaching DVD. And I don't really have anything to say. I really, really enjoy it. So with that being said, let's take a look at Bound by SansMinds production. Good. All right, Michelle, I'm gonna show you a trick. I brought some rubber bands.
Okay.
Go ahead and you can pick them up. Look at them, make sure they're cool and legit. I missed one here, we can pick this one up too. Okay. It's like a game. All right, first of all, pick one and sit it down right here on the table. Okay, this one, perfect, good, right? You can pick another one. Cool, and we're gonna stack these here. And I'll take the other bands as well, okay? We're gonna set those over here. So hold out your thumb like this. Okay, like that, perfect, like this. That way, okay. Remember that there, okay? Now Michelle, you looked at our bands, yes. You picked them up, right? You picked individual ones, right? That was your decision.
That's
you feel good
yes,
about that? Okay, now put these together. Put like your fingers together and bring them down like this. Perfect. Now rub back and forth, like rub the bands a little bit, right? Perfect. Everything good so far?
Yeah.
Now what you're gonna do is stop rubbing, and then just, if you can, just release one band from your grip. Just release one. Just let one Take it out.
Fuck it. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Go ahead, you can tug on them, pull on them.
How'd that do that? You can't tell me you chicken.
You can keep that.
All right.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that's
All right, so that was Bound. This is what you get. Get this nicely well-designed DVD, just a simple DVD, and you get gimmicks. You get, I want to say 50 gimmicks, linked rubber bands on here. So I've reviewed, since Unwrapped, this is the 32 episode, I've reviewed a handful of SansMinds Productions effects already. And this one is the same as all of them. They're very well produced. The DVD is really well put together, well produced, well shot, well lit, well sounded, and everything like that. And then the magic itself, so it's basically just a linking rubber band routine, but it happens in the spectator's hands, and that's what makes it different. What also makes it different is the gimmicks that you get with it, and I'll talk about that in a second. I don't have any complaints about this, but I feel, so the routine that they teach on here isn't my favorite type. I mean, the routine is basically what I did, but they do it slightly different on here, and I don't think it's that great. You know, to be frank, I don't think it's that great. I tried it, I performed it exactly how they taught it on the DVD a handful of times, probably 6 times to 6 different people, and every single time I was caught. And I don't think, I mean, and I've done it in like a real situation too, with misdirection and stuff. And I wasn't a fan of it. I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to expose the method. I don't think it was the most fooling way of performing it. So the routine that you saw, Bizarro and I, who Bizarro was shooting, just kind of played with it a little bit beforehand and really figured out a good way to do the move that you have to do. And I think it was cleaner, and I think it's, you know, if I perform this, that's the way I'm going to do it, is what I'm basically saying. So that's just the routine. The DVD is pretty short and sweet. Like most SansMinds, they don't really mess around with a lot of filler. They just very direct to the point, which is nice. And then finally, let's talk about the gimmick linked rubber bands. And I'm going to actually bring one out. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it. So, because you know what you're getting linked rubber bands. Now, the reason SansMinds released this is because apparently this is a 1-part mold. And what that means is that this was all made out of the same material. So most linking rubber band routines, you have to, either you or the person or the machine making these has cut the rubber band in half and then re-glued them together. With SansMinds, what they've done is made these out of one piece of material, so there's absolutely no seam, which is very cool. And I mean, you can really look at these all day long and you can go through and there's absolutely no seam, which is really nice. So that kind of enhances the effect. It does actually enhance the effect because there's no seam for them to be found, and you don't have to worry about glue. Even if you super glue, you don't have to worry about someone. I mean, they can tug on this and it's not gonna nothing's gonna happen. Okay. So first of all, that's that. And second of all, it's made out of a material that it's hard to describe. I think they said what it is. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's not like a rubber band material. It will stretch. It doesn't stretch as far as rubber band does, normal rubber band, but it does stretch enough to do like Crazy Man handcuffs or something like that. And besides that, they really feel normal. They feel pretty good, and they're just really well made. I think they're really well made, and what's nice is that they give you a lot of them. I mean, 40 of them. So you can literally hand these out 40 times. And I don't know about you guys, so like I've done effects where the gimmicks, you know, you can hand out at the end, like you can hand out the prop at the end. And the way I look at it is by reaction of the effect. So like if I do a trick like this, for example, and I do it and the reaction isn't the greatest just because it's just the person doesn't react. Not that the trick is bad, just the person. I'm not gonna give them a $1, you know, a 50-cent gimmick. Why would I? I'm not gonna do that. But if they're like, wow, that's crazy, and they freak out, then I'll give them, let me turn off my phone, I just got a Facebook message. I will give them the gimmick because they freaked out. They deserve to keep this and remember this for the rest of their life. But like, you know, for example, you know, if I don't know off the top of my head, but if I do a trick and it takes me 4 minutes to create this gimmick, but I can reuse it afterwards, I'm not gonna give it to them if their reaction is bad. Okay, does that make sense? With that all being said, I like it. I could even have seen them just selling these bands as is, because the DVD didn't really do anything for me. I could have seen them selling the bands and giving you a link to go to or something, because the DVD didn't really do anything for me as in enhancing anything. They do teach stuff, and the routine that you do learn on there is very basic. But besides that, that's my only, not even complaint, but my one thought on it. So besides that, that's bound by SansMinds production. So that was Unwrapped. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it and I informed you on knowledge that you did not know prior to this event. Now, if you watched Unwrapped before, you know every single week you guys have the opportunity to win last week's prizes. And how you do that is last week I asked you to comment below on last week's video, tell me what you liked and what you didn't like about both of those effects. You can go into long detail or make it short, and subscribe to this channel at Murphy's Magic. It only takes once. All you have to do is subscribe and it's a roll. And so last week's winner, or this week's winner, I guess, of last week's prizes is Aaron Payne Magic 101. Aaron Payne Magic 101. Congratulations, Aaron Payne Magic 101. You were the winner. Congratulations. You won Once Upon a Time and Numb. And all you have to do is go to Facebook Magic, Facebook.com/Murphy's Magic Supplies and shoot me a message and I will get you your prizes because I said it correctly that time. And if you would like to win this week's prizes, which once again is Series of Unfortunate Effects by Ben Train and Chris Mayhew, and Bound by SansMinds Productions, do the same thing. Comment below, tell me what you liked, what you didn't like about these effects, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It only takes once. All you have to do is subscribe. I do check to make sure you're subscribed because that's a rule, and that's all you gotta do. So with that being said, next week I will pick a random winner. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you liked it, and I will see you guys next week.